Last class? Yes.
No, you need
Ramananda. Did I stutter?
Last word, Ramananda.
So, and first of all, I pronounce Raya and Vishnupad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, Adrupanu Guru Varga, all devotees, thank you for coming. So we can imagine the position of Ramananda Roy, spiritual master of the Supreme Lord. It's not much higher than that. But still, Ramananda Roy always understands this is the grace of Lord Chaitanya. So he not became bewildered. So, afterwards, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finished his tour. And he spent 18 years in Jagannath Puri. Ramananda Roy gave up his government service. And he came to stay in Puri. So one day, one brahmachari let me correct that. One Brahmin. His name was Pradyumna Mishra. He came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he asked, I want to hear topics of Krishna. Suno Prabhu Moni Dina Grihastadam Kon Bhagya Panachan Tuma Dulabacharan. Pradyumna Mishra said, I'm very low. Pama, fallen. He was married man. So he said, I'm fallen Grihastha. But somehow, by good fortune, I have the shelter of your lotus feet. Krishna Katha Sunibar Mori Chahoy. Krishna Katha Kaha More Ha Sudai. I want to hear topics of Krishna constantly. Tell me something about Krishna. Okay, Shamsuna, when you're going out in the world, where will you hear about Krishna? Only amongst devotees. In the middle of the ocean also no Krishna Katha. So we should adjust our life how we can always be hearing. I want to hear something. Prabhu? Because topics of Krishna is the easiest way to remember Krishna. Easiest way. Easiest way to give up all bad habits is just by hearing about Krishna. The easiest way to achieve relation with Krishna and perfect knowledge of Krishna is by hearing. So, but very rare person in this world who wants to hear about, oh, we're just talking about people who don't want to hear. Sarup comes. Sarup, Mangalati this morning was very ecstatic. So Mahaprabhu said, Bhagya Tumar Krishna Katha Sunite Hoy Man Ramananda Pasye Karaha Shravan. You are very fortunate. You want to hear about Krishna. But I think only Ramananda Roy knows topics of Krishna. Krishna Katha Ruchi Tumar Bhagya Bhagavan Yar Krishna Katha Ruchi Se Bhagyavan. One who has taste for topics of Krishna is very, very fortunate. Anyone who develops such a taste, they're also fortunate. Normally materialists, when they hear about Krishna, they run. Why, Lorenzo? Why they run? Huh? You can sit next to him, then you can hear the translations.
Because they don't like Dutch.
Huh?
Because they don't like doctrine.
Because they're too much lusty, you know. Everything is about their enjoyment. And topics of Krishna is about Krishna's enjoyment. So they feel envy of Krishna. Why Krishna should get enjoyment? What about me? So Saraswati Thakur said, they run. They think, nothing here for me, nothing here for me. But Prahlad Maharaj said, Nante vidu swata katam Vishnu, durasaya bahirata manyas. People don't understand that service to Vishnu, service to Krishna is our benefit. We get the benefits. If we give our quesadillas, our crema, frioles, give that to Bhagavan who gets the benefit. Bhagavan, who gets the happiness? We do. So service to Krishna is our own real interest. Because he is the soul of the soul. The super soul. So when he is happy, we become happy. Shamsundar, why no one's happy? Why? Because they're doing nothing for Krishna. So Krishna is not happy with them, therefore no one has happiness. But devotee always blissful because they're trying all endeavors for Krishna's service. So anyone who develops taste in hearing, that person is very fortunate. Dharma swanustakam pumsam viswaksenu katasayat yadut narut padye dyatiratam shomashyeva kevalam. This is from Bhagavatam's first canto. Any activity we do which does not increase our attachment to hearing about Krishna, that is useless activity. Right, Shamsuna, how many useless activities are you planning? Escucha? No.
Yes.
No. I thought you would cry or there would be some reaction. Anything we do which does not increase our taste for hearing, this is useless. We should have so much taste, so much eagerness. Why this tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kavabikalmasam shrimadapatam buddhiganante buddhi dejana. The gopis said, this topics of Krishna is like nectar, amrit. In Sanskrito, nectar significa amrit. Yes. Amrit, no death, amrit. Many poets glorify many types of amrit. They say, where is nectar? In the lips of the wife. In the lips of a young girl, there is nectar. Then why husband grows old and dies? If he's always drinking that nectar. This is not nectar. Some say nectar is in the ocean or the moon. Then why moon decreases every time? Becomes black. Some say nectar is in the celestial planets. The demigods drink that nectar. But even demigods have envy, lust, greed. You read, always fighting with each other. Only one real nectar, that is topics of Krishna. Tapakatamritam tapta jivanam. It removes all suffering of life. Suffering is always there. It doesn't disappear just because you chant Hare Krishna. This universe remains. But by hearing topics of Krishna, one becomes so happy, so blissful, he transcends the body. Suffering is there, but it never touches the devotee because they're absorbing another taste. So tapta jiva. Kavibi, Srimad, these topics of Krishna are very powerful. Can remove all miseries, all ignorance, all klesh, all anatta, unwanted things. And the poets, the devotees who spread Krishna Katha, they're the best donators. Like the, what you call, what's the balm in Spanish? Teperocho.
Indigente.
Indigente, con respecto.
Which is only Mexican.
Yeah, but put this in Mexico. They're begging, and you tell them Hare Krishna, they become happy, they should become happy. There is no greater donation than the name of Krishna. Topics of Krishna, no greater donation. So we should have strong faith in them, strong faith. By hearing Krishna, about Krishna, my life will become perfect. So, Mahaprabhu said, I don't know about Krishna. If you want to hear about Krishna, go to Ramananda Roy. So Pradyumna Mishra went to the house of Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy had some servants. I want to hablar con Ramananda. No es posible ahora. Asiento. Después es posible. So the Gaudiya Maharaj is crying. So, the servant of Ramananda Roy said, sit, now is not possible. Now my master is busy. Ramananda Roy is busy doing something. What's he doing? Dui Dev Kanya Hoy Parama Sundari Nitya Git Sanipurn Vayusa Kishori. Ramananda Roy was a great poet. Actually, he wrote one drama which is still today called Jagannath Balabhanataka. Still there today. So he had written this drama and he was training two young girls to perform the drama. Kishori means young age, before marriage. Very beautiful. So the servant was explaining, Se dui lan rai nibritta udyan nija nata gitere shikaya natan. In his garden, Ramananda Roy is teaching this drama to the girls. These girls were dancers, singers. So he's a little busy now. And Ramananda Roy was doing what? With his own hand. He was massaging the girls, putting oil on their bodies, giving them bath. Before, people don't use soap, they use like oil and stuff. It takes all the gunk out of the pores of the skin. Skin becomes soft. Sometimes also in winter we do it. No soap, just use mustard oil. The body becomes warm, soft. So Ramananda Roy was massaging these girls, giving them bath, dressing them, putting makeup on them. Then he would show them how to express the ecstasies of the gopis. I don't know anything about Indian dance, how to hold the eyes, the face, how to express the ecstasies of the gopis. Despite touching these young girls, obviously seeing all parts of their bodies in a solitary place, his mind remained completely unchanged. This is the mind of Ramananda Roy. Shamsundar, if that was you, what would happen? Don't tell us. Ramananda Roy, there was no change in his mind or body, no lust. Kasta pashan sparshi hoye ye chibav taruni sparsh Ramananda taiche swabhav. In Sanskrit, young girl is called taruni. Taruni means fresh, like a fresh wave. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandalamai. Of all the tarunis in Gokul, of all the young girls in Gokul, Radharani is the best. Mandalamai, the top. So despite touching these young girls, Ramananda was like someone touching stone or wood. Right? If I touch this wood, do I become excited? No one becomes excited. So Ramananda Roy, his mind was like stone, no change, despite touching young ladies in a solitary place. How is it possible? Shamsundar. How is it possible? Because Ramananda Roy was not thinking, I am this body. Ramananda Roy was not thinking, I am a man. Ramananda Roy was thinking, I am the soul. We cannot. And which type of soul? A gopi. He was thinking, I am a young gopi. I am touching other gopis. What's the reason to become excited? No reason. Sevya buddhi aropye korena sevan. Swabhavik dasibhav korene aropan. Even though externally he appeared to be a man, internally, in his original spiritual position, he considered himself to be a dasi. Dasi means maid servant. Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gane Durgama Mahima Tahe Ramananda Bhav Bhakti Premasima. Who can understand the position of someone like Ramananda Roy? He showed the topmost limit of devotion. Okay? So, in Sanskrit, woman is called Shakti, Stri, and man is called Purush. Actually, in Sanskrit, many times the soul can be described as male or female. Jiva, that is female. Atma, that is male. I don't know. Male and female. The soul in a diseased condition. When the soul is in a diseased condition, controlled by material nature, influenced by material nature, that time the soul is not thinking I am a servant, the soul is thinking I am an enjoyer. That time soul is called male. In male, what's the word? Come on, Mamata, hurry up. You're the English teacher.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
It works.
Huh? It is, it's toxic. When you think you're a man, that's toxic. When you think I'm the enjoyer, I'm the controller, I'm the exploiter, that mood is called Purush Bhav. Okay, Lorenza, are you a male or a female? Don't answer. Even a woman who thinks I'm the enjoyer, this is called Purush Bhav, male mood. This is like poison. Then you see material nature as feminine, she should be enjoyed by me. This mood binds the soul to birth and death again and again and again. But Ramananda Roy had given that up, abandoned, and he fully embraced his spiritual side. Ramananda Roy had given up the false ego of thinking I am this body, I am the enjoyer of material nature, and he fully embraced his soul, soul's identity as a servant of Krishna. So the soul as a servant of Krishna is considered feminine. Why? Because Krishna is the enjoyer. Even though in Vrindavan there are also male servants, like Nanda Baba, Subal, Sridham. Oh, Hemlata, welcome. It's almost finished, it's safe to come. Where are you? Okay, good to see you, finally. So even though Krishna in Vrindavan there are males, like Nanda Baba, Subal, Sridham, countless. They have male spiritual forms, but they think, I am the servant of Krishna. So, Ramananda Roy's high example of devotion. No lust. No exploitative mood. Tabi si dui jan nritya sikaila giter guryata abhinaya karila. He was teaching these young ladies how to express the ecstasies of the drama. How to be angry at Krishna, how to He taught them how to express these ecstasies with the movements of their faces, eyes, and other parts of their bodies. Bhave prakatan lasya roy se shikai Jagannath age duhu prakata dekai. He taught the girls all these dances, all these moves, so they would dance in front of the temple, the deity in the temple called Jagannath. I heard there's a big temple in Jagannath Puri. Okay, it's by the ocean. Huge temple. And millions of years old. Again and again they built it, again and again. Huge festivals they have, like Jagannath Ratha Yatra. The biggest single festival in the world, one-day festival. The first day. Huh? Anyway, but the main day is the first day. 16 million people came before COVID.
Even during COVID, I saw videos.
But not compared to before. Anyway, 16 million come for the first day. Who knows how many come for the second day, the third day, the fourth day, 9 days, 10 days. So it's enormous. And this temple cooks prasad for millions and millions of people. Put up your hand who has had Jagannath prasad. So nectar, right, Radhika? How it tastes? Like nectar. It makes you mad. Makes me mad. So even today, and Jagannath has hundreds and hundreds of servants, hundreds of cooks, hundreds of water collectors, hundreds of vegetable cutters, firewood guys, pot makers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And they've been serving generation after generation since Satyuga for millions of years. The whole city is named Jagannath, Jagannath Puri, the city of Lord Jagannath. Right? Jagannath, Lord of the universe. If you go there, Batu, then you will understand. So amazing place. Whole city of Hare Krishna. Whole city. Hare Krishna paradise. It's the Cancun of the Hare Krishna. So there, they have a huge temple. And even every day, every night, they do dramas, music, singing before Lord Jagannath. Jagannath rests like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. There's no fixed schedule. Not like other temples. Other temples very regular. But Jagannath, no Mangalati. Yes. No Mangalati. 9, 10, 8, no rule. One friend, he told me he went for Mangalati to Jagannath. So he went there like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Temple wasn't open. So he asked the pujari, what's going on? Why there's no morning like we do here, right? 5:30. Even 5:30 is late. But because sun is rising and because we're in Mexico, we'll adjust. Mangalati should, at least an hour and a half before sunrise, you have to do that. And we are doing that sort of. People living far away, then what's the use of making 4 o'clock? No one comes, including Governor. So here we're doing, you see, 5:30 every morning. Normal temples 5, 4:30. So a friend was there, it's 11:30, no morning arti. So he asked Pujari, why there's no morning arti, no Mangalati, why? And Pujari said, Jagannath hasn't come back yet. Night time he went somewhere, he hasn't come back. All waiting for him to come back. Anyway, they're not ordinary pujaris, they know when he's come back. I heard the pujari, because the position of pujari is very high person. Jagannath gives a dream to the leaders. They want this person as pujari. They put a drop of water and they look. If they can see Jagannath's reflection in the drop of water in their hand, that means Jagannath has finished eating. Many rules are very wonderful. Other temple is not like this. All other temples very regular, but Jagannath, what Jagannath wants, that happens. Many stories. One time the great devotee Ramanuja came. He goes, "What's this? They're not following any rules." So he challenged them to debate. Explain your behavior according to the scriptures. All the servants of Jagannath became nervous. So they prayed to Jagannath. "Hey, Jagannath, save us. We cannot debate with him. This is Ramanujacharya. They say incarnation of Lakshman. Lakshman. Who can defeat him in scriptural debate? No one. So they pray, "Jagannath, save us. We don't know good or bad. All we know is you. Save us. We don't know if what we're doing is good or bad, but you like it. We know that. You like it." We were talking before, God is independent, right? Sometimes he follows the rules of scripture, but when he doesn't want to, he doesn't. Who's going to complain? Shamsunu. So general rule is there in the scriptures how to serve the deity. But if Krishna wants something different, who's going to stop him? So they said, "Jagannath, we don't know if we're doing good or bad, what the scriptures say. But you like it, we know that. So save us. Save us. Salve me. Salve nosotros. Salvemos." Yes.
Salvanos.
So Jagannath picked up the bed of Ramanuja and threw him like 400 miles in the south. Yeah, with his bag, his everything, and the whole bed also. The bed also, everything. So when he woke up, it was 400 miles somewhere else. Then Ramanuja realized Jagannath doesn't want me to change anything. He likes it. Anyway, Jagannath likes. So they still do that even nighttime. Like all other temples close 9 o'clock. They put Krishna to sleep and they close the door, see you in the morning. But Jagannath, no, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, singing, dancing, instruments, many things, poetry. So, singing Gita Govinda especially singing Gita Govinda. So, Ramananda Roy had written one drama, he wanted to show this drama to Krishna in the temple. So he was exactly showing them, in this verse should be like this, in this verse should be like that. Tabi said Duijan Prasada Koil after they finished training. Ramananda Roy would feed them very nicely. He would, like, they would change their clothes, put on the old cover again, normal, and he would send them home. Must be he would send someone to guard them also. With some protection, he sent them home. Every day he trained these two girls how to perform this drama. Pratidin Raya chi kore sadan kon jan shuddhajiv kore tarman. Who could understand the mind of Ramananda Roy? No one. Understand Shamsunda? If you want to be a devotee and imitate Ramananda Roy. Can we do like that? Imagine two young girls, and what would happen, Shamsunda? We would feel lost. Actually, we'd go crazy. We would feel lost. Therefore, we are not like Ramananda. If we're not like him, don't pretend to be like him. So,
you said that we should not try to imitate him.
If we are not like that, why imitate?
But before you said that we should try to imitate
Means, if you want to follow a devotee, then follow Ramananda Roy's standard of being free from lust.
Okay. estándar de Ramananda y cómo él era libre de la lujuria. Pero no lo debemos imitar.
But many nonsense persons,
Mucha gente
Nonsense.
sin vergüenza.
oh, Krishna is doing, I will do.
Krishna lo hace, así que yo lo haré.
It's not like that.
No es así.
Ramananda Roy showed
Ramananda mostró
how to be.
cómo ser.
Devotee means completely free from lust.
Un devoto está completamente libre de la lujuria.
So who can understand Ramananda Roy?
¿Quién
Who?
puede comprender a Ramananda Roy? ¿Quién?
Only Ramananda Roy can understand Ramananda Roy.
Ramananda Roy puede comprender a Ramananda Roy.
One time someone asked, they challenged Prabhupada, why everyone worships you? Why everyone respects you? Bhaktivedanta Swami. He said, because I have control, I am free from sex desire. That's why everyone respects me. So Pradyumna Mishra, right, he's waiting to hear class from Ramananda. And the servant said he's busy. What's he doing? He's doing this. Pradyumna Mishra, Pradyumna Mishra became confused. But this is not the behavior of a general devotee. General devotee is free from lust, all these good qualities. So Pradyumna Mishra did pranam and went home. Sorry, Ramananda Roy came out. I'm sorry. Ramananda Roy came. I'm sorry, very late. I could not, I was busy. Pradyumna Mishra said, don't worry. Haribol. And he went away. So Pradyumna Mishra must have been disturbed. Must have been. Every day we hear some spiritual leader misusing their position, exploiting for money, for sex. Every day we read some rubbish. Maybe Pradyumna Mishra thought this is the same. Like there was one sannyasi before he was sannyasi. Sannyasi means who takes lifelong vow of celibacy. So this fellow gave up his sannyas and married one of his own disciples. So Guru Maharaj had some fight with him. Actually, Gurudev not fighting with anyone. This guy trying to fight with Gurudev. Then Gurudev wrote, you are like a donkey. Donkey has sex with everyone. Grandmother, own daughter. Donkey has no intelligence. So female disciple is like your own daughter. How can you marry your own daughter? So my dear sir, you are a donkey. What's his name? Chris Butler. There was no answer coming back. So in this world, many gurus misusing their positions for money, for other things, real estate, what else? Sex life. So it could be maybe Pradyumna Mishra thought something similar is going on. Why a devotee who should be pure should be doing these activities? So he went back to Lord Chaitanya, and everything he heard he described. Then Mahaprabhu replied, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so strict, he would never hear the name of a lady. So much strict. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ami tu sannyasi virakta korimani darshan rahu dure prakriti manama yadi suni. Mahaprabhu said, I am a celibate, sannyasi. I consider myself renounced. But what to speak of seeing a woman? If I even hear the name of a woman, I become disturbed. I feel changes in my mind and my body.
Siento cambios en mi mente y en mi cuerpo.
Who can remain undisturbed by the sight of a woman? No.
Puedo mantenerse ocupado.
They say, even you see the form, what's it called? What's she called in Spanish? The woman in the shop and you put the sari on, what's it called? Mannequin, that's right, mannequin. If you see a mannequin of a woman, mind becomes, fluctuates. Mahaprabhu said, even I'm like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Of course we know he's not like that. Ramananda Roy Kata Suni Sarvajan Kahiba Kata Nahi Ya Aishchadi Katan. Everyone should hear about Ramananda Roy. His glories are uncommon, supernatural. His glories should not be spoken because so confidential. Ek Devadasi are Sundara Taruni. These two girls are very beautiful, very young. Ramananda Roy massages their whole bodies with oil. Snanadi Kore Purai Bas Abhibusan. He baths them. He bathes them. He decorates them. He puts ornaments on them. Therefore, naturally, he sees and touches all parts of their body. Tabu Nirvikara. One bag of stool says, I love you. The other bag of stool says, I love you too. Material senses attracted to material form. But Ramananda Roy's body is completely spiritual. Why? He has no lust, he has no attraction to matter. Just like you put iron in fire, iron becomes like fire. If we fully engage in Krishna's service, this body becomes fully spiritualized. Okay, you eat, always take prasad, spiritual food, your tongue, your body becomes spiritualized. Always hear Krishna Katha, body becomes spiritualized. Radhika ki jai. Tell Lily Kishore thank you for nothing. You have some snacks for the plane? Remember, Radhika, remember, minutes on the lips. This is proof Ramananda Roy's body is completely spiritualized. Braje Varu Sange Krishna Rasadi Vilas Yejan Koi Suni Korea Biswas. If one hears about Krishna, he will become free from lust. That person can serve Krishna 24 hours a day. Thus, this is proof Ramananda Roy is situated on the platform of love of Krishna. His body is spiritual. His mind has no material attachment. I also want to hear topics of Krishna from such a devotee. If you want to hear about Krishna, go again. So Pradyumna Mishra went again. But this time you tell Ramananda Roy, Lord Chaitanya has sent me. Before he did not say. Hearing this, Pradyumna Mishra went again. And he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent me to hear topics of Krishna. Hearing this, Ramananda Roy became absorbed in ecstasy. What do you want to hear about? I want to hear what you talked about in South India. Anera kikata tumi prabhura upadesh. Ami tu bhikshuk vipra tumi mor por. I am a beggar. But you are the instructor even of the Supreme Lord himself. I don't know what to ask. I don't know how to ask. I'm so poor in knowledge. Just speak what is good for me. Sometimes Gurudev would ask, anyone have questions? Sometimes you cannot imagine the type of stupid question people ask. Cannot imagine. How stupid. If you watch YouTube, you can get some idea. Some of the that's ridiculous questions. Then Gurudev would say, this is proof none of you are reading. Your minds are empty. Therefore you cannot even ask any proper question because mind is empty. Therefore we must read, we must study. No? Then mind will always be full of this katha, these topics. Then many questions must come if you're reading nicely. Especially many of us, we do not live in the temple. We do not get chance to hear every day from devotees. Right, Swarup? That time, we have to take help of the scriptures. Must read. So Pradyumna Mishra, I don't even know what to ask. I'm so low. So Ramananda Roy began asking his own questions. Right? Because there was a qualified person like Arjuna, Krishna could speak Bhagavad Gita. Because proper question, high-class question. But when Pradyumna Mishra said, I can't even ask a question, so Ramananda Roy asked his own questions. Apani prashna kore pachke korada siddhanta. Ramananda Roy would ask a question himself and then he would answer. This went on all day until afternoon, but he was still speaking like a madman. Vatra shrote koi sun duhu pramavesh. Both the speaker and the hearer forgot everything about their bodies. Again and again the servants came. Oh Maharaj, now is prasad, now is dinner time, now is lunchtime, now is afternoon tea, now is dinner. But he's not hearing anything. Then finally Ramananda Roy stopped. Pradyumna Mishra was so happy. Pradyumna Mishra went home and took meal. In the evening he came to see Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya asked, did you hear about Krishna? Pradyumna Mishra said, I'm so indebted to you. You have drowned me in topics of Krishna. Ramananda Roy Kata Kohila Nahoya. Lalit Kishore is online now. Radhika just left, so we sent a message for her. I cannot properly describe the Harikatha I heard from Ramananda Roy. I cannot describe. He's not an ordinary human being. He's fully absorbed in Ras. He's fully absorbed in service to Krishna. Ramananda Roy told me, I am not the speaker of this katha. Lord Chaitanya, he is the speaker. What I heard from Ramananda is like an ocean of nectar. Even the demigods, beginning with Rama, cannot understand these topics. These topics only human beings can understand. Even demigods cannot understand. Even demigods cannot understand. Only human being can. So Ramananda Roy is not even a human being. He's some special creation that is called Vaishnava. Right? What are the 6 bodily changes? Lust. Right? When we're lusty, body changes. Crowed. When we're angry, Like when Raho goes crazy, teeth clench, face becomes red, eyes become like a psycho. Right, these 6 things change the body. Calm, lust, crowd, anger, lobe, greed. Right, when you see the quasar and the quesadillas, this one transformation of the body. Greed, moha, illusion, mad, madness, and envy. We say green with envy in English. You say in Spanish? Green. Green with envy. You've never heard that? Come on. You've heard it, Vikesh. When you're envious, you become green.
Verde la envidia, sí.
Yeah, plus. When you're envious, you become green. When you're angry, you become red. When you're afraid, you become white. And the black man says, and you call us color. So these 6 changes of the body. Ramananda Roy, free from the 6 changes. Imagine. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified Ramananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows how to glorify his devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like an expert painter. He knows how to manifest the glories of the devotee. To destroy the pride of the so-called scholars and renunciants. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard spiritual instructions through a Sudra, Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy was in a low-class family, a low-class position. But to destroy the pride of the so-called renunciants and scholars, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard from him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified the holy name through Haridas Thakur. Mahaprabhu glorified the truth of bhakti through Ramananda Roy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested the glories of Vrindavan through Rupa Goswami. He manifested the truths concerning devotion through Sanatana Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Lila Ye Amrita Sindhu, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya like an ocean of nectar. Even one drop can drown the entire creation. Chaitanya Chaitanya Nitya Koripan, Kaviraj Goswami said, every day hear this Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Understand already? No, sorry, no. Every day hear this. You have this book? Purchase it. Can you rip it off online? Are there free copies? Sorry. Don't do that. That's illegal. Try and get a start. This Chaitanya Chaitamrita. All the essence of Bhagavad Gita already here. Hear this Chaitanya Chaitamrita every day. By doing so, one becomes blissful, and he also gets perfect knowledge. Okay, so let's finish here, because one does live by pastimes of the Lord, but frijoles are also there. Yes, Vikeshwari?
You're right. Did you say that Lord Chaitanya sculpts the devotees? How he...
Like an artist makes a perfect presentation of a flower, a dog, a cow.
I asked if it was, if he said Lord Chaitanya was the one who sculpts the devotees.
Means Lord Chaitanya like an expert artist. He knows how to present the devotees. That's it.
So like Rupa Goswami, he made Rupa Goswami feel like
No,
in
he
charge
gave
of Vrindavan, like he
Rupa
made
Gos-
Vrindavan.
that is true. But it said Mahaprabhu gave the perfect presentation of the devotees' glories. Like an artist, he doesn't make his own dog. What dog is there, he paints that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows how to properly present the glories of the devotees.
Like Raya, like we saw.
All this Mahaprabhu
Glories.
speak. Maybe Pradyumna Mishra had doubt. It can. I would have doubt. But Mahaprabhu cleared those doubts by properly presenting who is Ramananda Raya. So many times, high-class devotee we cannot understand. If we should hear about a high-class devotee from another high-class person. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Maharaj, for your class. In one purport, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada of Chaitanya Chaitamrita, he says that anyone who is connected with the Krishna consciousness movement and is not reading all of the books he's publishing, what speak also Srila Narayana Maharaj books, but mainly he's speaking because he presented Chaitanya Chaitamrita in English, that person will surely fall down from his position and only sleep and eat. So how can we understand, because you are encouraging us to take a look to Chaitanya Chaitamrita, but he also explained many times that we must go first to Bhagavad Gita, then Srimad Bhagavatam, and then in terms of Sambandha Videya Prayoyana, and then finish with Chaitanya Chaitamrita. How can we accommodate that? So we cannot, we don't want to fly so high because we can get confused. Or disobey.
En español, por favor.
Ah, sí, gracias. No sea más un. Sí, que en un significado de Chaitanya Chaitamrita que se presentó, es el que tiene Maharaj, es la traducción al inglés de Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, y ahí dice en un significado que cualquier persona conectada con el movimiento de conciencia de Krishna que no estudia todos los libros que él publicó, es decir, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam y al final Chaitanya Chaitamrita, que sin ninguna duda va a caer de su posición y va a dedicarse solamente a comer y dormir. Y que cómo acomodar eso en que él nos está invitando a leer Chaitanya Chaitamrita, pero también Srila Prabhupada dice que es lo ideal es leer Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam y al final Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Uno puede entender más las cosas o ser sentimentalista, sahaya, etc.
Choose a book and finish it. Whatever book.
¿Qué?
Take a book, finish it. No? Prabhupada said like that. Oh, read Bhagavad Swami Maharaj said, read first Bhagavad Gita, then Srimad Bhagavatam, then Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He would say like that. But Guru Maharaj would not say like that. Not that he was against that. Gurudev's hobbies on, sometimes Gurudev would say, no need to read any book, just read this one. Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He said sometimes. Because the essence of Bhagavad Gita and the essence of the Bhagavatam is here. He would say, even you read all Bhagavatam, but don't read Chaitanya Chaitamrita, you won't understand Bhagavatam. Because most of this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's commentary on the Bhagavatam. Gurudev gave, I hope I'm not mistaken, Gurudev gave so much emphasis to the book Jaiva Dharma. So much emphasis. That time Prabhupada had not translated Jaiva Dharma. He had desire all the books of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But Guru Maharaj, in his preaching so much, he gave emphasis to Jaiva Dharma. He would say, there's no need to read many books. Just read this book, Jaiva Dharma, the green one. Read it 100 times. Gurudev asked me once personally, how many times you read Jaiva Dharma? I said 6. Nada. Read 100. So much is in there. All the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, everything is there. Anyway, whatever book you choose, these are all good books. All of them are great. Bhagavad Gita is fantastic. Bhagavatam is super. Chaitanya Chaitamrita is great. Jaiva Dharma is great. Take one book and finish it. Our problem is we're like, we're trying to read 10 different books at once. What do they say? Jack of all trades, master of none. Understand? Stick to one book and finish. I recommend everyone read Jaiva Dharma because everything is in there. From beginning to end. And some people say, don't read these books, only read these books. No. Any books by any acharya we should read. And even if translation is not perfect, still, Gaugamantra would say, blind uncle is better than no uncle. Even if translation is not perfect, still is Mahakanada. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he said this, like to gradually work our way up, and also by example, he gave lecture and recommended devotees read beyond what they were. He gave Bhagavatam classes when many were just learning Gita. And I think it shows the example that under Anugatya especially, we can read anything.
Like Prabhupada translated Krishna book. Who has read, do you have Krishna book?
I heard about it.
Get a copy. It's the best book in the world.
I think I started to read.
Fine, beg, borrow, steal. No, actually, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj translated that when the movement was very new. No, but he was afraid, what happens if I die before I finish? What happens if I die before I finish this 10th canto? Because all Bhagavatam without 10th canto, no value. So out of fear, what if I die before I do the 10th canto? And he gave up everything and just wrote this Krishna book. Just all 10th canto there. That was the first book I read. So ecstatic. I remember nighttime, just ecstasy. Because when we're new, we're not making any offense, so we have so much taste in the beginning. Right? When we're new, we come to the temple. How many rounds you chant? 4. 4! 4! Then you think, I heard about Haridas Thakur. Maybe this guy's like that. Then you meet some guy, 60. Prabhu, give me initiation. When we're new, we're so respectful to everyone, right? Isn't it? We're so respectful to everyone. That's why in the beginning we have so much taste, so much realization comes in the beginning. Because we're like, but after a few years, like, just after some time we become proud. I am great. I am senior. I am senior. Serve me. Wretched Sudra. After some time we develop all this pride. We start disrespecting devotees, we lose our taste. Anyway, so any book is nice. Just start it and finish it.
Maharaj, I thought you read Bhagavad Gita first.
No, halfway through I gave up Bhagavad Gita and just stuck to Krishna book. Krishna book was way more interesting.
No, you read Bhagavad one night. You read Bhagavad.
No, I just read the introduction. Who's going to read the whole Bhagavad Gita in one night? No, I didn't read the whole Gita in one night. The whole introduction I read that night. Come on, you're not Superman. Great introduction. Yeah, just take one book and finish. All books are good. All books have something which other books don't have. Actually, on purebhakti.com, when Gurudev, even when Gurudev was present, someone scanned his library. You should see his book collection. His personal collection. It was completely enormous. Actually, I was looking the other day. It was enormous. Enormous. So many commentaries. So many this, that. It's all there on Pure Bhakti. You have to know Bengali, Hindi. Gurudev had a great thirst for reading. Great thirst. Didi's library is huge. A personal library. So we should try, we pray to Krishna. Problem is we have no taste. Because reading is like a meditation. You have to sit, you have to control your mind, you have to read. But it gives taste. When you chant, you can think of something nice, Manorama, instead of thinking of rubbish. If you read and chant, you can think of many good things come in your mind when you chant, if you're reading as well.
Together?
No. Chant, good. Reading, good. Together is no.
Yeah.
You're not focusing on either one of them. You're not reading, you're not chanting. Your just mind is... Like you take prasad, many people they're sitting for prasad, Hare Krishna, Hare... Come on. You're thinking of Krishna, you're thinking what's coming for lunch. So do something, do properly. One limb of devotion. Take prasad properly. Phone in one hand. No, this is okay.
How can you, if you, like, I feel like I'm experiencing this where it's like I don't have much taste to read, but before I would read so much. How to rectify? How
Force
to
yourself. Every day.
That's the answer, Dad.
Every day, 1 hour, I've got to do it. I hate translating. Start it again. Just do it.
But can, like, is there any, even like, if you're making aparad to
Fix a time.
Mm.
Fix a time. I won't sleep till I read. Make a vow. Half an hour is enough.
Yeah, start
A
with
lot in half an hour.
a little grow.
A chapter a day keeps Maya away.
Oh.
Some chapters are real long.
That's a good shirt.
Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj would read 2 chapters of Bhagavatam every day of his life. Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj. Every day he would read Bhagavatam. Every day. He would, when he heard, in Italy they have some amazingly bound Bhagavatam. He said, everyone has the Bhagavatam, but none of you are reading. Just it's there on the shelf.
In Italy they had what? An amazing one?
Everyone they printed an amazing copy of the Bhagavatam, so beautifully bound. And no one was reading it. He said, you have all the books, but none of you are reading. Like Rojo's library at home. Librario de Rojo en su casa. Covered with spider webs. Yes.
I never read one. It's my fault.
You should be crying. I'll make you
But
cry.
I have faith that also the power of hearing is supreme.
Yes.
Supreme. All I know is from hearing.
That's why you never came in 13 years to hear.
That was easy.
Great. I'm going to have so much fun in Peru. No, Ramananda. Yes, make an effort.
I don't miss what's
Actually, a good thing about lockdown, no? So much I read.
so much.
Yeah, I read and taught myself 2 instruments.
Flute and
Harmonium.
time is there. If there was, if we read a book instead of watching Facebook videos. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. you've been telling that people. Makeshri, you've been telling Damla Maharaj read the whole Bhagavad Gita.
Of course. That's part of your
Alright, keep it
Lilamrita
going.
now. It's gonna go in your biography.
Like you found what you're looking for after spending so many years in India. You found what you're looking for in Australia in the Bhagavad Gita, and you like read it one night, and you.
No, I read the introduction.
Then I just started it in my mind.
The Krishna book I used to run home so I could read it.